Jewel, what the hell is going on with you? I've known you like almost 10 years, and now all of a sudden, like you reek of sex.
All of a sudden.
Yeah, like no, I mean you're always very
always
sexy.
strangely attracted
But this
to
whole
me, I know
thing, where is this coming from? And I know there's like an answer behind it.
It's a contrived, marketed adventure.
Is it?
Yeah.
In 2003, American singer-songwriter Jewel delivered a surprising evolution with her music. Departing from her well-loved folk roots, she embraced a vibrant dance pop and electronic sound that echoed the era's popular artists like Britney Spears and Shakira. This bold shift made the album a unique entry in Jewel's discography, fascinating to explore and a compelling listen for fans and newcomers alike. Welcome to an in-depth look at Jewel 0304.
So have you done any of this kind of dance music? You've never done dance music before, have you?
I've done some remixes. I had a single go to the top of the dance chart, so I've flirted with it.
The spark for this daring change ignited when Jewel achieved a #1 hit on the Billboard Hot Dance Club Play chart with a remix of Serve the Ego, the final single from her previous album This Way in late 2002. Inspired by this success, Jewel decided to step away from her folk origins and craft a more modern, genre-blending project. To bring this vision to life, Jewel collaborated with renowned producers Lester Mendez, known for working with Shakira and Enrique Iglesias, Rick Knowles, and Guy Chambers, aiming to craft a fresh, innovative sound.
Arriving from my day's work at Conway Studio. George and I reporting for duty.
If I asked you a question, would you look me in the eyes? Has our love been built on lies? Well, why I'm asking, you see, the time is now to turn our backs forever, or work this through somehow. And I wanna see you, I wanna feel new again. Hey you, do not walk away, let's choose love, come on, what do you say? Hey you, know that I would spend my whole life all over again to find you.
I wrote to find you with Lester in Miami. I wrote this song sort of as a declaration. We tried writing that day and we didn't get very much. And kind of all of a sudden, like around 8 at night, it just sort of came real easy. It was a whole other track idea. Ended up being To Find You. It's a really like, the beginning really is hurtful, you know. It's like, if I asked you a question, would you look me in the eyes? Has our love been built on lies? Well, why I'm asking, you see, the time is now to turn our backs forever, or work this through somehow. And I wanna see you, and I wanna feel new again. And it's really like a sweet melodic verse and B section, and it just kicks into a really, really driving chorus, because I wanted it to be like, I wanted you to feel the urgency of saying, look, let's not give up, let's try and make this work, because if I gave up now, I know that I'd spend my whole life just trying to find something that's good again. So I really needed the urgency to kick in and like contrast against the sort of really thoughtful, pensive verses. So it's a song that has huge musical changes. It goes from these sort of really legato verses into these really driving, like urgent choruses. And I think the track came out pretty good. And I guess that's all I know about that. I'm taking a break.
When you wake up, you see yourself through my eyes. When you break up, you'll understand why it is I cry.
I wrote the song Haunted. It was a song that came to me really fast. Like, it came to me in 5 minutes. Like, Lester played a chord, just one chord, and I heard the whole song. And it wrote itself. It was one of those kind of weird things. And I think it was, when we were cutting it live with the band, I think it was the band's favorite song. I think everybody went out and got drunk that night and like celebrated. It's a spooky take. It's the vocals you hear on the track are actually vocals, scratch vocals, which are basically, the band was all out here. Everybody played together in one room. There's a sliding glass door. I'm in here singing. And I sang with the band, and we ended up using that performance. So you're pretty much hearing one whole take where we all played it live together, like as if we were on stage, basically. And it has a really special feel. It's a spooky song. I wrote it about, from a male stalker's perspective, about stalking somebody, about stalking a woman. It's a really dark lyric, but I had a lot of fun writing it. And it's one of my favorite tracks on the record. It's a really raw track. Like, the vocal isn't perfect, but it's just really raw sounding. I think it's a good performance.
You're my one true girl, and I won't be stopping just 'cause your knees are knocking when I decide to drop. And so don't make a sound, there's no one around to come between us now. I'm gonna haunt you, girl, and when you wake up.
Thank you very much. This is Jewel Kilcher signing off. Another exciting day in the studio.
This record to me is really a natural extension. It makes a lot of sense to me. It doesn't sound that different to me. I began writing songs when I was 16, and I heard this kind of stuff in my head. I didn't have the skill to do it on guitar. My first record was what I was able to get out of my head through my hands. My hands weren't as skilled as my thoughts were, in a way, musically. So over the years, of course, I've learned more about the craft, more about how to write, more about music, more about chords, more about playing, more about lyrics. And so I've been able to finally kind of further embellish the ideas I kind of started with a long time ago.
You pick the one with the feather hair. I'm the one who makes the boys stare. There's a room so I've told. The DJ rocks, don't throw.
I've always been really interested in all kinds of music. You know, I loved hip hop and rap when it, in the 80s, when it was like exciting and new. And I love the beats and I love the rhythms. I like dance music a lot. I think it's really exciting. I like the hypnotic nature of dance music. There's something very primordial about it.
Disco lights and buff bodies and nice.
And I love folk music. I love lyrics. I love storytelling. I love socially driven music. But what I tried to do with this record is combine all those different kinds of things, an element of each of those things, and make it make sense. Folk melodies against hip-hop beats, against a French accordion, against hand clapping and whistling solos. It's an odd combination of a lot of styles of music, but it still really sounds like me.
Say hello to the room where the body's jumping, where the boys all freak 'cause the boots are bumping, where the girls are naughty and always saying, yes you can, yes you can, yes you can. Yes, you can, yes, you can, yes, you can. For you, I give for free.
That's cute.
With this record, I had a really specific goal that I haven't had with any other record, and that was to have it be fun. This record is fun to listen to. It makes you want to dance, and it makes you want to move, and it makes you feel young, and it makes you feel passionate, it makes you feel alive. And that's something I wanted to inspire in myself and in people. And I used that using rhythm.
I think every song is really strong on this album. every song is a potential single, which is kind of rare. I wouldn't say there's a filler song. And every song is totally different from the next.
There's a song called Leave the Lights On that is, basically what I said, it's a very sexy song. And you can leave the lights on. It's a very, very sexy. There's a lot of very sexual songs on this record. I'm known for the acoustic guitar, for sure. I think when you think of Jewel, you think of the acoustic guitar. But I embrace technology. I love it. I love any color that allows me to paint the portrait I want. So I have no reservations about that.
I'm playing with several titles. I'm playing with calling the album 2004, just because I like the idea of having numbers on my record title and no words. It's sort of sterile and only slightly futuristic. But I like the idea of not using words, you know, not giving you any idea of what the record's about, sort of letting you draw your own conclusions, and numbers do that. It's also thinking of combining, you know, words that are somewhat like an oxymoron, putting together like the creative element with a clinical element. So things like sound lab or intuitive science, to sort of represent the fact that it's a very lyric, poetic record with a really sort of programmed element to it. So trying to find words that sort of describe that. Also what I'm debating for using as the album cover has a lot of white light, and it's sort of a sterile white looking photo, which I think lends itself to kind of words like laboratory and science and things like that.
We did 14 basic tracks in 6 days, which is really fast. Basic tracks are basically drums, guitar, and bass. And then the last couple of days we've been working on the single, which is Intuition. Because I'm making the record so close to my release date, a lot of things are overlapping. Usually I'd finish a record, then pick a single. But I have to pick the single before the record's done this time, which is a little awkward, but I like the song a lot. And so we're finishing the single, and then we'll go on with the rest of the record.
Is there any other songs that kind of stand out in your mind as being the favorite ones?
Well, the only reason I'm putting the songs on the record is because they're my favorite, you know. I try not to put songs on a record that I don't think are very good. So.
Okay, strike that.
They all have different things that are cool. There's a song called Haunted that I think is it's one of my favorites. This record has a real different feel, and every song's really pretty different. There's a song called Leave the Lights On that I like a lot. There's a song called Stand that I think has a really cool groove. I just like them all for different reasons.
Intuition marked a big change as far as some fans thought. Some people really didn't see me going pop or electronic coming. I think the fans that were close to me saw it coming, from Jupiter's Transformation, doing the New Wild West, which was a political 60s style folk song set to an electronic track. I'd become interested in it and was playing with it. And then I met a friend of mine, Lester Mendez, and he was a really great programmer, and he wrote killer electronic music, and I really liked what programming did to folk songs. That instead of your ear tuning out and just going, oh, it's another folk singer, it makes you perk up. It makes you hear things in a new way. It's something that's done a lot now. If you listen to David White or Ed Sheeran, a bunch of other great singer-songwriters that are using dubstep and looping and things like that in a really traditional songwriting within that context. It's fun. It lets your ear hear something new. And I also was really struck, you know, the economy and the war, everything was so tense in 2003 and 2004 that I wanted to write something that reminded me of the 1940s dance halls, of having fun and escaping and letting loose. And then that coupled with the challenge of trying to write pop songs that were hits, that were mercenary pop songs that were intelligent, was such a great, difficult challenge. We've all heard songs that are really hooky, guilty pleasures, but they're not the smartest songs, or maybe the most well-crafted. And I wanted to try and do something that combined it all, that was a lyric I was proud of. Doesn't mean it was deep, just something I was proud of structurally or poetically. And then doing it to electronic music and making really good, solid melodies. I'd been listening to the Beatles a lot, which I hadn't done before, and was really focusing on melody and form. And so that's really what inspired the record 0304, which stands for 2003-2004, as sort of a yearbook. It was much more socially, pop culture relevant. I talked about current events, like Charlie Sheen say, and things that were happening at the time, which ironically still seem to be happening. Which I never did on other records. I always shied away from anything that might date a record. But on that record, I really didn't care. I just sort of wanted to embrace those 2 years in history and let it be like a time capsule for me. So Intuition was sort of the culmination of it. The video, I wanted to have it be ironic and funny, because I knew people would sort of be shocked. I think Clive Davis took me aside one day and said, nobody wants to see Joni Mitchell wear a miniskirt. He was very upset that I did dance music and that I did that video, and I thought it was really interesting. It was like an amazing culture study to see how people reacted to that song, and the video was very, very fun. I thought the video was funny, and it had a ticker tape about, now that I dance, I must sing better or something. It was just silly. Nobody got it. Everybody just, which kind of made it all the better. It was really kind of funny. But I'm proud of that song. Every time I play it, I really, I'm proud of that writing. I'm proud I was able to do that. Something that a lot of people aren't aware of is how songs get put together sometimes behind the scenes. I think one of the hardest things for me to adjust to was the fact that I'm a commercial artist. We work in a music industry, and you have record labels, and you have all kinds of opinions and people telling you what to do, and Intuition came about in a really strange way, and not in an ideal way. It's kind of the worst of what the music business is, but my label and some management at the time had decided to get me involved in a Brazer campaign, and it had to be called Intuition, and there were monies paid to both parties, and I had to come up with a hit song, and it had to be my first single. So it was a really strange situation to be writing a song. I had to be writing a hit, I had to be writing a song called Intuition, and I was given these goals as if you're some sort of sniper and you can just come up with a hit that's about intuition, that's going to be authentic. And that was really hard. It was really difficult. I'm proud of the song that it came up with, and I don't feel like the song was a sellout at all, but it was a strange and weird circumstance to be writing a song within. Yeah, it was a huge challenge to try and pull off what seemed really impossible. How are you going to do something authentically that is being asked of you in a really inorganic way? How can you make something organic out of it? And with the record business at that point starting to go downhill, sales really, getting depleted, labels were really scrambling and looking for alternate forms of revenue. It's how videos started getting paid for. That's when people started using cell phones and videos so that they could get their video paid for by a cell phone company. It was really at the dawn of that. And it was a strange thing to start to have to go from the 90s that was all about credibility, all about, you'd never dream of doing a commercial product. You just wouldn't. Nobody would. Today, you expect your celebrities to endorse Pepsi or do beauty campaigns. I don't think new fans blink an eye at it. But for that phase, going from the 90s into the 2000s, and especially for someone like me who was a singer-songwriter, you're faced with these dilemmas of, you're not going to get a video made unless you can get somebody to sponsor it. And those types of things really started changing, that I think fans weren't aware of how much the music business changed behind the scenes as downloading and illegal downloading became more prevalent. Lester is phenomenally talented. Writing with him has been like writing with myself. It's just finding another aspect of myself to write with that has 20 years of experience in a technological field. We write so fast together. He'll usually write a track, and then I'll write the lyrics and melodies to it, and then we'll tweak things. He's just phenomenally talented, and you won't meet a nicer guy.
I thought it would be really funny since Jewel's image is so set up in a certain way. I mean, most people have a very kind of like granola, very, you know, natural image of her. So I thought I thought doing something like this would really play off of it big time. And she was totally game. I mean, she kept wanting to go more and more over the top with it and really just, you know, just go for it all. So that's what we're doing.
The video is really over the top. I mean, they're doing things in this video I never thought I'd do. Like, you know, I'm dancing, sprayed down with fire hoses, you know. It's sort of just, it's silly, you know, it's silly and completely over the top and something you would absolutely see in the music video, you know. It would just be an insane thing. A lot of the sexy outfits in the video are done in jest. It's done as a parody of rap videos, of runways, of pop culture. It's been fun, you know, it's been fun to be sexy. You know, I have this incredible glam squad. My hair and makeup and stylist are the top in their business, and all they ever get to do is put me in jeans and brush my hair straight. So it's been weird. It was weird doing it. Like, I've been on stage in front of 60,000 people and my heart was racing the night I had to do like my first little black dress with the Jewel sign behind me. Freaking out. I mean, like, I had to dance and move and like be sexy, and so it was so I had to do it seriously without laughing and cracking up. I had to like take my robe off and there's traffic behind me, my butt's hanging out. It was so embarrassing. Oh God.
This crosswalk is just a regular street crosswalk, turns into a fashion runway, and Jewel struts her stuff up and down it. What else do we got here? Then we got this. Then we got a really cool like soda ad where Jewel is just kind of sitting with a bottle of soda, but suddenly the camera goes in on her and the wind blows her shirt open, exposing her breasts, and she sips the soda, doing something kind of, you know, really like a bit of like commercial exploitation.
As defined by Webster, intuition is that beautiful and mysterious feeling you get from another place that guides you, I'd say. It's different than instinct. Instinct is more animalistic, and I think it's more a body, and intuition has more to do with something ephemeral and divine, I'd say.
I think that people will be really surprised because I think that she's a lot more different than I think her public image is. I think she has a huge sense of humor, an incredible sense of humor, which I don't think a lot of people would think that she had. I know I didn't. I think that she has a really sexy side, and not that she hasn't looked good in her videos before, but I think doing something like this is, you know, certainly taking it to much more of an extreme than she's gone. So, I don't know, she's full of surprises.
The first single, Intuition, was released on the 7th of April 2003, serving as a teaser for the upcoming album. Co-written and produced by Jewel with Lester Mendez, it achieved moderate success, peaking at number 20 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topping the Hot Dance Club Play chart for 1 week. However, the song also sparked criticism, with some fans and critics feeling that Jewel had forsaken her folk roots for a more commercial pop style. The accompanying music video, directed by Mark Klasfeld, was intentionally provocative, shot in home video quality with spoofs of major brands and pop stars and featuring high glam imagery. Jewel explained that the video was meant to be ironic and funny, but she felt it was misunderstood. Internationally, Intuition charted at number 52 in the UK despite little promotion, while it found greater success in Australia where it reached number 4 and within the top 20 in New Zealand, the Netherlands and Spain. On the 3rd of June 2003, Jewel released 0304 through Atlantic Records. The album's title reflects a fusion of styles from 2003 and her imagination of what music might sound like in 2004, a blending of past and future. Critics generally responded positively. Rolling Stone praised Jewel for discovering an artificial flavour that tastes good, while Uncut highlighted her stunning vocals and daring lyrical content. Entertainment Weekly called it her best album, citing its unexpected dance pop vibrancy. However, some critics dismissed it as feeling desperate. 0304 debuted at number 2 on the Billboard 200, selling 144,000 copies in its first week, her highest debut ever, and has since gone on to sell over 770,000 copies in the US. It also reached the top 10 in Canada, where it peaked at number 9 and charted at number 10 in Australia, as well as charting in New Zealand and the UK. The album earned gold certifications in the US, Canada and Australia. A tour edition was also released in Australia in February 2004, as well as a European special edition which would feature a bonus track and remix.
I think everybody's creative process is very different. What people draw on to be an artist can be a lot of things. A lot of people will draw on anger and angst. Without that, they don't really feel like they have something to write with. Some people are very visceral. I'm a person that really draws, like my art comes from very deep, from a very still place, and I come way inside myself. I don't go out and get out and need to feed on that kind of to have things to write about. I sort of, for some reason, my process is much more inside. So things I write about tend to be quite sincere, whether I'm using irony or not to do that.
If you want my heart, you have to promise not to tear it apart. 'Cause my heart has been hurt a lot, and it always seems.
I'd say the majority of the time, lyrics come to me with a melody attached. I'm not a lyricist that can write without a melody very easily. They're very, very connected. I wouldn't really necessarily know how to separate the two. Though sometimes a line will come to me and I'll know it'll be a hook.
So be careful, warning, fragile heart. So be careful, warning, fragile heart.
The writers I grew up admiring were honest writers. The writers I grew up admiring didn't use their art to make themselves seem better. They didn't use their art as propaganda to make themselves seem more glamorous, more honorable than they were. And as a result, when I read them, I could relate to them. I could look at myself and see similarities, good and bad. And so I made a promise with myself at quite a young age that I would be honest when I wrote.
The second single, Stand, written and produced by Jewel and Lester Mendez, was released on the 2nd of September 2003. It didn't chart on the Billboard Hot 100, but reached number 16 on the Hot 100 Singles Sales chart, and became Jewel's third consecutive number 1 on the Hot Dance Club Play chart. In Australia, it would peak at number 21.
Nothing's what it seems, I mean, it's not all bitter, but it's not all clean. There's children paying bills, there's monks buying thrills, there's pride for sale in magazines, there's pills for rent to make you clean. Marvin Gaye, there's no brother, Woody Guthrie's land can't feed mother. Mothers weep, children sleep, so much violence ends in silence. It's a shame there's no one to blame for all the pain that life brings. If you will just take me, it might just complete me, and together we can make a stand. A waitress brings me lunch, we meet but do not touch. On TV, dishes, selling lies, while in the corner, King's dream dies. Go to the counter, pay for me and my friend. A homeless man pulls out a roll, says it's on him. The mayor has no cash, he said he spent it on hookers and hash. Mothers weep, children sweep, so much violence ends in silence. It's a shame there's no one to blame for all that pain that life brings. If you will just take me, it might just complete me, and together we can make a stand. Go to the counter, pull out some cash. You spend it on hookers and hash. Mothers weep, children sleep, so much violence ends in silence. It's a shame there's no one to blame for all the pain that life brings. If you will just take me, it might just complete me, and together we can make a stand. Mothers weep, children sleep, so much violence ends in silence. It's a shame there's no one to blame for all the pain that life brings. If you will, please just take me, it just might just complete me, and together we can make a stand. Mothers weep, children sleep, so much violence ends in silence. It's a shame there's no one to blame for all the pain that life brings. Oh, won't you please just take me? Oh, it might just complete me, and together we can make a stand.
Singing Two Become One from her latest album, 0304. Please welcome Jewel.
The third and final single, Two Become One, co-written with Guy Chambers and produced by Jewel and Lester Mendez, was released on the 16th of December 2003. It failed to chart on the Billboard Hot 100 but reached number 33 on the Hot Adult Top 40 tracks in January 2004 and charted moderately in Australia, where it peaked at number 49. Notably, Jewel re-recorded Two Become One for her 2008 country album Perfectly Clear, which was produced by John Rich.
I can tell you now just how simple it's been to let you in. Don't move, this mood is a painting. We'll never find the same thing. Me
coming from being homeless to selling my first album sold 11 million copies. So that made me a lot of money, and I didn't spend it. You know, I thought, I'm going to save this so if ever the record flops,
You are so smart.
I'm going to be okay.
You're so smart.
It just bought me artistic freedom. That way I can make records I want, not records I think have to be hits. And I've been able to do whatever I've wanted creatively and take risks and not have to, you know, have a huge mortgage payment to make where I got to sell out and have a hit that I don't like or something like that.
That's so true. That's so true.
It still really sounds like me. I don't know, it's incorporating, it's very idiosyncratic.
Right.
Like, has some really hardcore grooves, but it's really lyric driven. Have you guys heard it?
Have you guys...
It's like me still, right?
Was it, now you've never done a CD like this, correct?
No.
So was this really satisfying?
It was so fun. It's the first record I've written for the record. Like, I wrote it in December knowing it'd come out in June, so I wrote 14 tracks. I wrote 14 songs, recorded 14 songs. It's what's on the record.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun.
Have you, so it had to affect your personal life to be that, right? I mean, didn't you like, no, I'm just saying, if you're going to start doing dance music, you're kind of having more fun. Are you going into more clubs now, or what?
You know, I think it's because with the way politics are right now and the economics in the country, I've really just been wanting to have more fun, and I didn't want to make a really pensive down record. I wanted to make a record that I wanted to listen to.
Very
and yeah,
smart.
it's nice to
I
go
like-
out and have fun right now.
I say, if you want my love, you can try my love. You can buy my love, just take my hand. If you want my dear, then just back and dear, and I will appear. I said, you can be my soul. You can be my soul. I believe in love, dear.
The shift in musical style on 0304 drew mixed reactions. She later reflected that 0304 was the first record of hers she truly enjoyed listening to, making her feel young, sexy and smart. Though she later would return to her folk and country roots, 0304 remains a standout in Jewel's catalogue, a daring, pop-orientated experiment that surprised critics, divided fans and continues to resonate as a lively, lyrical, sharp pop statement. Thanks for watching.
Just look at me, sacredly, religiously, hungrily, let your eyes of leisure will not leave.
Hi, thank you for watching this video and supporting the channel as a whole. I just wanted to say a massive thank you to everybody that continues to like, subscribe and post comments on all of the videos. If you would like to support me even further, you can do so by clicking on the link in the description right now. Buy Me a Coffee does not require a subscription. You can just click on the link and donate a few pounds to help buy me a coffee or two whenever you like a particular video. I really do appreciate everybody that has supported me up until now. Let's keep it going, let's grow the channel even further and help to boost this perfect pop nostalgia that I absolutely love and I'm so dedicated to. I know you love too, so let's just keep it going. Thank you so much and see you soon in the next video.